Hi there, Amanda Buck, bookbinder out of Dahlonega, Georgia. Today is part 2 on my Southern Confederate bindings, the finished products. The small one, White Statistics of Georgia, has a big map in it that probably explains a lot of its value. Very delicate map, which we're not dealing with. It's in very delicate condition, but it's in color. But it has every county in Georgia, all the colleges, asylums, governors of Georgia, militia, Native Americans. Has a lot of information here in this book. So I can see why. I can't find a year on it, but I'm guessing it's late 1800s. But that one came out right. As you remember, the spine was in 3 pieces. So that's all come back out nicely. It was a tight binding. Real tight, but it came out good. It came out solid. And the Confederate soldier in the Civil War ended up being a lot of work for the text. I probably spent a half a day just trying to get the text back into shape in order to rebind the book. So that one, I ended up doing a label and a couple of gold lines just to give it something on the spine. I was torn between doing anything on the spine, but then I thought, well, when it's sitting on the shelf and it's just a big dark spine, no one's going to see it. In order to resell the book, you should have something there if it's standing alone. And there's our hinges, and you can see my page repair. I had everything was fractured, and I moved the rear end sheet to the front because the rear end sheet was completely shot, and did a little heat release tissue along the edges and the big tear here just to get it back in one piece. And our corners, of course, a little loose piece here, some more to glue up. With these big books, there's always little bits to keep working on till it goes out the door. Corners came out nicely. The antique linen, I had to put about 3 layers of dye on to get it to the right color. I have several other dark browns, but they just were too light, too modern. So I went the extra mile to use the antique cloth and dye it exactly to where I wanted it. A lot of dye work on the cover. I'll probably do a little bit more before it goes out. There's still a little bit more I can do to try to bring it back. But it's back in functioning condition and, you know, able to be used again without worrying about it falling apart. So the person who buys this is going to be able to enjoy it. So I'm happy with how it came out, despite how much work went into it. I'm probably only getting paid for half the work that I did, but this is a client who brings me work year-round, month in and month out, so I don't mind throwing in a little free work when somebody is that dedicated a client. So just wanted you to see the finished product of our 2 Southern Confederate bindings here. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.